Athletics, Loyalist Lancers. Some notable scratches off the rip for the Sting. Yasir Ahmed and Prince Mazimbaka are not playing over on the side of the Lancers. Uriel Dumoy and Matthew Iacono are not playing, and scratches on this one, but Iacono again typically cracking the starting lineup for the Lancers. Francesco Pelosi is going to be taking off or taking over for that starting lineup as we kick things off. Seneca Sting winning the opening touch. Going to be under the basket here. It's going to be Wright. He's looking for an opening. It's poked away for a second, but out on the corner. Wright gets it back. Tries to go for the three. Lancers take it over. Wright going the other way for the Lancers. And it's just going to go out of bounds. Again, checking in their previous matchup, the Lancers won it 76-69 at Seneca. Daniel Wright dropping 19. Something notably, though, in their last game against George Brown, only dropped 5, so will be interesting. But for the Lancers, the one and only Jaden Jack dropping 26 points as he is in possession here against Seneca in their last matchup. See what he can strum up today. Giovanni Torres with it to Wright. 10 seconds on the shot clock, having to come up with something. Deciding to go for that jump shot, going to be off the mark. Picked up by Catrell Dos Santos. And Dos Santos in their previous matchup against George Brown in the last game having 17 points. So again, Seneca able to swing around who is the point getter. Dos Santos misses on that shot, but picked up from the rebound from Jerron Alexander and able to put that one up and in. Now Giovanni Torres looking for the first points of the game for the Lancers. Torres. Seth Mentalila drops it off to Jack. Jack against Dos Santos, tries to pivot for a second, goes for the jump shot, going to be off the mark. Credit the rebound to Imani Mighty. In the corner, it's Daniel Wright. Wright driving, drops it off to Alexander, goes up, gets the basket. Now Jaden Jack. Seems he's out to miss on the previous basket. Was looking down for a momentary, still 2-0 in favor of the Sting. Francesco Pelosi to Torres in the corner, wide open for three, going to be off the mark just a little. Jerron Alexander passes to Dos Santos. Dos Santos against Jack. The head to Green. Green gives it back to Alexander, who swings it to the corner. Dos Santos, who gives it back to the middle in Wright, who ends up falling down. No foul call on the play, but rebounded at the bottom of the basket from Jerron Alexander. Goes up for the shot, but Lynch is going to commit the foul. So they go up against Tristan Wright, one of the defensive masterminds of this Lancers squad. Always fun watching him as the Lancers are going to make a quick substitution. Giovanni Torres checking out. It's going to be Romain McCalla. In his fourth year in the OCAA, check it in. Shots up and good on the first from Jerron Alexander. Alexander listed as a center at 6'7". Seneca Sting now up 3-0. Alexander's second shot is no good. They do come up with the rebound. Mighty gets it, throws it to the corner. Going to be Green, goes up for the shot, going to be no good. Jack comes up with it quickly in transition. Jack tries to throw it, but it's going to be a little bit too short. I think it took a bounce off somebody in midair. Ultimately, Seneca's not able to capitalize on that as I guess somebody stepped out of bounds in all of that chaos. Etsa or Tabayev now checking in as the coaches want to talk quickly there with Catrell Dos Santos. Jack quickly here behind the back, trying to find an opening, goes to Pelosi. Pelosi stops, pivots, goes for the jump shot, and the Lancers have their first points on the board. Green. Seneca going to be making another substitution here early, wanting to utilize their bench where they can. Ortebev. This side, Alexander under the basket against Bentalila. Bentalila trying to do what he can, doesn't leave his feet. Good positioning, but still able to get around for that basket is Seneca. They're up 5-2. Seneca looking like they're going to be making a multitude of substitutions here early. Jack with it. Bentalila tries setting a screen, but there's going to be a foul called in the back against the Seneca player. Going to go against Jerron Alexander. Going to be his first team and first personal foul. Jalen Moore-Tucker and Ryan Brooks. A substitution for Seneca. Just a few minutes in, trying to utilize that bench. We'll see what happens here. Going to get a push off from a Seneca player against Jaden Jack. So that's going to be their second foul of the game. McCullough to inbound. Finds Pelosi. Pelosi quickly goes up for that three. Goes off the backboard. Look good. Benjalila trying to come up with it. Looked like that might have gone off the Seneca player, but referee says off of Loyalist. So Seneca to inbound. Very close call. Sting right with it. Going to be McCullough now as the Lancers trail 5-2. Drive to the basket. McCullough throws up a high shot. It's going to be off the mark. Credit the rebound to Ryan Brooks. Jack. Now after Seneca scores another basket, trailing here 8-2. Jack to Pelosi. It's going to be off the mark. A little bit of a miscommunication. Too high of a pass, if you will. So Lancers need to try to get something going here. Coach Kevin McGuire is going to substitute out Bentalila here for Alex Arsenault, who was injured towards the second half of the first semester. Good to see him back. McCullough also joining the team. And Will Angar also back from injury as well. Curious to see how this Lancer squad performs throughout this game. As Seneca with it under the basket. It's going to be Ortabayev. Seneca starting off really, really strong. Needing to get Jack or anything going here. Jack with it. Passes it to Pelosi. Pelosi driving to the basket, taking it all the way of what he can. Was heavy in the boards, but right's there for the rebound and the bucket. Lancers get their second basket of this game. Seneca in the corner trying to bounce that off of McCullough to keep that in. Not going to happen, but Seneca still in possession. It's right. Again, who had a huge performance against the Lancers in their previous matchup. Driving to the basket, taking it all the way. Alex trying to go for that block. Block's not going to be any good. So Seneca now with a 12-4 lead. Jack with it. Jack to right. Right driving and drops it off to McCullough. McCullough goes for the three. Going to be off the mark. Arsenault under the basket with it. Gets pulled or stripped away from Jalen Moore, the recently checked in Sting player. Tries to pass it ahead to Ortabayev. They bobble the pass and it goes out. Seneca with another couple of substitutions. Really, really utilizing this bench is Seneca. Again, if you're joining late, welcome aboard. My name's Stephen Schill. This is OCAA men's basketball coverage. We have the visiting Seneca Sting at 7-4 against the hometown Lancers, who are at 5-6. McCullough getting asked to tuck in his jersey. Going to get the inbound. The clock's going to whistle for some, or buzz for some reason, but either way, we continue to play on. The first shot is missed from Brooks, and the rebound on the second effort from Jerron Alexander is good. And Seneca coming out here with some passion from the bench and from their players here. Crowd is very, very docile here within the Lancer Dome, which is typically not the case. But Seneca putting their best foot forward. We're going to see Jerron Alexander, his second year in the OCAA. Going up for the end one, and the shot is good. And we're going to see a timeout on the floor here early. Lancers struggling. We'll see what they can do to close out the first. Seneca lead 15-4. You're listening to OCAA men's basketball action here on 91X CJLX FM. Welcome side Loyalist College in Belleville, Ontario. Checking the stats right quick. Lancers 0-3 from the from the three-point line, 2 of 10 from the field. Really struggling to try to do anything here. We'll see if they can improve on such. Arsenault for 3. No good off the mark. Alexander grabs that rebound. Gives it to Cottrell Dos Santos. Dos Santos, center court against Jack, pivots. Driving to the basket the whole way, tries to drop it off to Ortabayev. Swings it back to Dos Santos. To Ortabayev, goes for the 3, off the mark. Lancers try to come up with the rebound, not able to do so. Ryan Brooks is there to do so, and then takes that rebound and in for the bucket. Now Jack. 2 team fouls apiece. Jack to Arsenault. Arsenault driving to the basket. Seneca was looking for a foul, didn't end up coming up with it, but Arsenault not able to make the shot, so Seneca does get the ball back. As the pass goes, Arsenault tries getting a tip off it, but it goes off the backboard and into the hands of Jaron Alexander under the basket, so he just jumps up and puts that in. Jack now as the Lancers trail 19-4. Jack with the shot. It's going to be a miss. Arsenault on the rebound, trying to go back up, looking for that foul call, and does get it. Needing a spark from this Lancer team. So Brooks checking out. We'll see Imani Mighty. Should come back in again. Seneca using their bench everywhere possible. And Arsenault on the first free throw is good. So that'll give the Lancers their 5th point of the game. And the second is no good. Mighty gets that rebound for Seneca Dos Santos, bringing it up the floor. Santos trying to take it all the way, ends up getting stripped away, and Arsenault diving for it. Seneca's still with it, but Wright taking it away. Wright ends up with it. No idea who to credit the steal to, but Loyalist now the other way. McCullough going for a 3 off the mark. Lancers have not been able to hit those 3 at all. Arsenault goes diving, ends up coming up with it. Trying to pass to McCullough, stripped away from Seneca. Bounces ahead to Dos Santos, and he's diving to try to get that. Wow. It's almost swimming lessons out here. So Lancers making a couple substitutions where Seneca brings in an entire 5 new set here. For counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Seneca rostering 14 different players and seemingly haven't used everybody on this 14-man roster here early. Going to be Brown and Angar checking in again. Angar, the 6'11" center. Been waiting to see him in action since the injury in that first semester. Nice to see him back. Jack now with a 10 on the shot clock. Angar setting that screen for Jack. Jack goes up for the jump shot. Going to be a little bit short. Not sure if there was a tip or the shot was just off, but either way, going to go out of bounds and Seneca to inbound. Lancers trailing 19-5. Sims on the inbound. Gets it back from Wright. Now Sims tosses it to head. It's Cortez. Going to be off the mark. Arsenault there for the rebound. Comes up with it. Now in transition the other way. Giovanni Torres and the Lancers. 2:15 to play. Torres pivots. Pivots again, trying to utilize Angar. And does so. The shot misses. Gets his own rebound, though. Giovanni Torres trying to do what he can do. And going to get called on a travel here under the basket. Right ahead. Going to be to Mighty. Goes up for the shot. Sims on that rebounder. Lancers now the other way. Jack. Torres. Jack. To right under the basket. Going to get poked away, so Loyalist is going to inbound. Jack. To right. Trying to make some moves, Jack. Jack driving. Running into some heavy bodies from Seneca, but trying to get his own rebound, unable to do so. It's going to be Green who comes up with it. Now King to Sims. Sims taking that shot for 3, and it's good. Sting ahead 22-5. Minute 15 left to play in the first. Lancers looking for any sort of traction. Torres. Jack. Torres setting that screen. Jack with the dribble. 10 seconds. King trying to set up that screen. Jack from afar goes up for the three. No good. Brown comes up with the rebound. Lancers able to go at it again. Brown swings it to Torres. Torres pivots. Goes for the fadeaway jumper. Angmar under the basket, gets the rebound, tries pivoting on the 1 foot under the basket, tries to get the shot up, not going to be able to do so. Lancers really struggling to get anything going offensively. On the other way, Seneca's going to end up turning that over unless it did tip off a Lancer player, which it might have. Cortez to Green, right. Cortez, back to right. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 23 on the game. Shots up and no good. Tristan Wright on the rebound. Brown with it, dribbling. 8 seconds to go. Hangar trying to set that screen. Brown with the shot that goes up and wide. That's going to be a miss. Giovanni Torres gets it, tries to put it up, and going to be a miss as well. Wow, what a tough first quarter for the Lancers. Kevin McGuire's got to talk with the lads. We'll see how they come out in the second. Lancers trail 22-5. You're listening to OCAA men's basketball action on 91X CJLX FM. Welcome back inside the Lancer Dome. Loyalist Lancers have a tough task on their hand after a very slow first quarter. We'll see what they can do. Seneca Sting leading 22-5. Checking out over the stats. Lancers are 2 of 21 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3, but they have made 1 of 2 free throws. So let's see what happens here in this second quarter. This is right. Dos Santos in the corner. Goes up for the shot and laser beam. It's good. Kobe Tablate checking in for the first time in this game. See if we got a spark plug through this Lancer squad. Passes it to Torres. Torres and Angar. Angar looking for the screen. Trying to make some room for Torres. Torres trying to do what he can all the way through and gets the basket and one. Torres looking like he might be injured though. So we'll see. He's holding his left shoulder there and very, very slow to get up. But it looks like he is getting up ultimately. So faked me out. So Torres. The and one is good. Giovanni Torres averaging 11.2 points per game, 2.4 rebounds, and shooting 40% on the field, 75% from the free throw line. Sting with it. Alexander. Tries to pass it over to Mighty. Mighty double teamed, having to drop it off. Dos Santos with it. Now 7 on the shot clock, trying to take it all the way against a 6'11" there. Throws up the shot very high, but also wide. So Lanches catch a break for a moment. Tablate. Handling point duties for a moment. Angar. All right, sets the screen, but Dos Santos going all the way. Angar thinking about putting up that block, but not going to do so. A little bit of a miscommunication as Kobe Tablate grabs his fingers. Looks like he was pinched out there. But Sting lead 27-8. Brown, he's almost going to lose it there to Daniel Wright down the middle. So Seneca making a couple of substitutions. Excuse me, just one there for Wright. It's going to be Ansa or Tabayev. Check him back in. Brown. Now for the Lancers after that inbound from Wright. Brown trying to tell Tablate to get moving. He's looking like he's driving down the right side, does so. But going to have a foul on the play here against the Sting. Brown on an inbound. Tablate, 11 on the shot clock. Gives it to Torres. Torres puts up the 3, and it's good. Giovanni Torres. All right, now just hoping the Lancers can string together a couple of offensive possessions, and the Sting immediately turn it over on that inbound. Zamani Mighty. So Lancers, prayers have been answered. So trailing 27-11. Right. To Tablate. Tablate trying to find an opening quickly to Angar. Wow. Had to put his hands up quickly to catch that pass. Does so. Shot's going to be off the mark. Credit the rebound to Mighty. Green swings it to Mighty. Mighty now driving. Size mismatch, but tries to get it to Ortabayev, but he bobbles that and turns it over. Tablate now. Pivots. Goes for that jump shot. Going to be off the mark. Right trying to come to it, but hits the back of Alexander. And Seneca now trying to go the other way with it. Alexander for 3. No good. Right trying to get that rebound, pokes it out to the side. Torres gets it. Now in a 1-on-2 situation. Torres trying to go through, get that foul call off the backboard as he's falling and gets it. Oh my goodness, Torres looking like he wants those points, and he's getting them. Lancers trying to make a comeback here. 7:14 left to play in this first half. 27-14, the Sting lead. Alexander under the basket. Swings it out alongside the 3 line. And a shot ends up going up just at the free throw line for Mighty. It's going to be a miss. Seneca gets it back, throws it out to the corner, and Green unable to make it. Lancers catch the rebound. Brown says, hold on a minute, let's slow things down for the Lancers. Torres now with it. Hop, skip, and a jump, throws up the shot. Going to be a miss, but tries to get his own rebound and goes off the Seneca player. Wow. Giovanni Torres, and we're going to pick one player that's trying to keep the Lancers into this one with those extra effort attempts. Give him the gold star. So Alex Arsenault now back for the Lancers. Again, as they're trailing 27-14, the Sting looking like they're going to make another substitution. As we've seen them utilizing the entirety of their bench. Tablate with it. Arsenault setting that screen. Tablate driving. Trying to take it all the way. And going to get a foul call there against Catrell Dos Santos. So we're having a word between one of the Seneca coaches and Dos Santos there, telling him don't say a word, as he committed another foul there. But that's going to be the 4th team foul for the Seneca Sting. Lancers haven't committed any in this one, so they're playing very, very disciplined, but also been severely down in this one as Tablate makes that first free throw. It's going to be the second team foul, or sorry, excuse me, personal foul against Cottrell dos Santos. Tablate going to extend the lead, or sorry, extend the Lancers score to 16, and does so. Still trailing though by 11. More Tucker to inbound. Goes to Ortabayev. Takes it all the way up the floor. Right, tries stopping him, but Seneca in motion now in the corner. The three throw goes up from King. It's going to be no good. So Lancers now, as Dales checks in for the first time within the series. Torres now driving. The foul committed on the play against Seneca. Some more free throws coming. Torres with the shot, and it's good. Torres with another shot that goes up, and that one is good as well. Lancers slowly but surely, 27-18. As Seneca goes to inbound. More Tucker. Sims. Ortabayev. Go to the corner and King. Brooks. Tablate strips that away. And then strip back away is Nathaniel Sims. For Seneca, who thinks about a three. Pass it to Ortabayev, who now goes up for that three, and good. Tablate. To Torres, to Tablate. Cadales. Back to Tablate. Goes up for that three, and it's good. Sims. Ortabayev. Trying to find an opening, decides to go to Moore Tucker. Tucker pauses, goes up, throws up for a floater, runs into Arsenault there. And the ball went out of bounds there. No foul call on the play, which is kind of interesting. Thought there was definitely something more on that. So the referee checking over on the scorer's table. Just checking things over again. We'll go and check out some of the stat lines for the game. As again, Lancer started off on this one a little bit rough. They're 6 of 29 from the field, 2 of 10 from 3. Over on the side of the Sting, they're 12 of 26 shooting, 46% of the field and 36% of the field. At the 3, 7 turnovers apiece. But the Seneca making the most of them, getting 10 points off turnovers, while the Lancers have only capitalized on 2 of them. And over on the stat line, Jerron Alexander leading the Sting with 10 points, and Cottrell dos Santos with 5. That's Ortabayev with 5. And then over on the side of the Lancers, Giovanni Torres with 8, and Kobe Tablate off the bench scoring 7 here, looking really strong for the Lancers. A couple of free throws and making that the case. Pelosi starting this game but only having 2 points, 1 from 4. Shooting from the field, so checking over here with the referee, still waiting for the final decision, as it looks like the Lancers are going to inbound. But I did think that there was a foul on the play. So referee still talking over here. It looks like the Lancers are going to inbound. Unless they say that shots are going to be happening here. So I think what they were talking about was the points now, looking back at that, because they've changed the score now to where it's 30-20. Seneca still in the lead. But closing the gap is the Lancers. We're back underway to Blate, to Torres. Torres jumping, driving, giving to Arsenault. Arsenault under the basket, trying to whirlwind it under, but gets blocked on it. Still in possession. Gets knocked away, but Tablate there for the rebound, and Tablate, sheesh, off the bench. Man is doing wonders here for the Lancers. Just what they needed. And steals it away from Sims for a moment, but Sims ends up taking it back from Tablate. As they're scrambling here, Ortabayev gets the pass, and under the basket, it's going to be Brooks who goes up for the shot, not going to come up with it. Giovanni Torres in a 3-on-2 for the Lancers, now pivoting. Goes up, block from Moore Tucker. Sting with it. Ortabayev now on a one-on-one, goes off of his foot. I have no idea how that happened. Pass was intended next to him, but somehow it ended up on his foot. I'm not sure if he lost possession of the ball or if the trajectory was trying to go for like a no-look pass and it just, the momentum shot it straight down. But either way, Lancers trail by 8, 4:25 left to go in this first half. Going to be a foul committed on the play, I think, against Alex Arsenault. That'd be the first team foul of the game, of the quarter for the Lancers. Moore Tucker. Ortabayev. Moore Tucker. Ortabayev. That shot's going to be off the mark. Alexander catches that rebound, keeps it in play. Ortabayev goes sky high to make sure that doesn't go out of bounds, but ends up turning that over to the Lancers. Tablate drops it off to Nick Dales, and fantastic awareness as Dales puts that up and in. Lancers now trail just by 6. Arsenault steals it. Lancers off the backboard. First shot's no good. Arsenault tries to put it up off the back. A man down on the floor. Nothing comes to it. Going to be King the other way. And a block comes through as Wright goes up for the Sting. Nothing to it. Tablate goes to Pelosi. Pelosi for 3. Off the mark. And Arsenault somehow hits the deck. Tangled up with some Seneca Sting players there. On the other way, Pelosi trying to stop for the block against Malcolm King. And King on the ground, but a foul call is made on the floor, but nothing on the one previous. So Malcolm King on some free throws. What a wild turn of events this game has been. Holy smokes. King making that free throw. 3:26 remaining in this first half. And the second from King is good. 32-24, Sting in the lead. Dales. Bentalila trying to set a screen, doesn't really set a screen, but doesn't matter as Dales goes to the right, finds an opening, puts up the floater, and it's good. Dos Santos, guarded by Dales, is right there with him, passed ahead. Pelosi somehow ends up with it under the basket. Now the other way, Dales puts ahead a pass to Jack, who goes off his leg and out. So Sting to inbound. It's going to be Jalen Moore Tucker to do so. Dos Santos to right. To Dos Santos, who gets through some Lancers and just swings to the corner to Malcolm King, who's up for the 3. It's no good. Jack coming screaming from behind, trying to get that rebound. Does so. Tries to take it all the way off the backboard, and good. Jaden Jack. Again, in the previous matchup, Jack with 26 points. Lancers need to see Jack perform here in this one as Dos Santos all the way, looking like it's going to go to the basket. Last second decides to pivot and hand it off to Alexander, but goes off the Sting player instead. Dos Santos probably would have been better off just to go up for that shot, but trying to get the assist, help out his teammate. Good thought, but Lancer's thankful for that decision making. Jack up the floor, calling for Lila to set a screen. Dalila sets that screen, now pass to Pelosi, swings it to Dales. Dales fakes the three, goes up, now for a floater, going to be off the mark, picked up from Alexander, and Dales tries stealing it back, but going to get called on a foul. And with that, we'll see a timeout on the floor as the Lancers trail 32-28. But my, oh my, they've come back in this one. You're listening to OCAA men's basketball action here on 91X CJLX FM. Back inside the Lancer Dome. Dos Santos on the inbound. Passes ahead. It's going to be Wright. Trying to get through Pelosi there, trying to make the block. But Lancer going to get called on a foul there. A little surprised on that. Didn't look like there was any malicious intent going for ball there, but and nonetheless, we'll see Daniel Wright go to the line. Giovanni Torres checking in for Francesco Pelosi, and of course a couple of substitutions from Seneca, as we've come to be familiar with. Wright's first free throw is good. Checking over Daniel Wright again on a stat line, 12.1 points per game, 2.8 rebound shooting, 43+% from the three-point arc, and 72% from the free throw line. But that one is going to be missed, so 1 for 2 on that excursion. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Lancers trail 33-28. It's Jaden Jack with it, dribbling, going for the jump shot at the free throw line, and good. Knights now trail by 3. Quick movement here from Seneca is Wright. Pivoting almost back to center court, now swings it back. Dos Santos goes for 3, and it's good. Quick, simple, and seamless from Seneca on that ball movement and shot. Jack, now minute 30. Dales, driving, gets poked away in air. Does end up going off a Seneca player, says the referee. See Sims kicking in for Daniel Wright. The table buzz there. Referee's going to check in what was going on, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout ultimately from the Loyalist Lancers with 1:24 left to play in this first half. They trail by 6. You're listening to OCAA men's basketball action here on 91X CJLX FM. back inside the Lancer Dome here. The Lancers trailing by 6. In possession here, it's Dales. 10 seconds on the shot clock, goes for the shot. Ooh! Rims out, but off to the side. Arsenault was there for the rebound, but in front of the basket. Ended up shooting back to where Dales was originally targeting from, but now Cortez. Dos Santos. Santos calling for some assistance, drops it off to Green. Under the basket, it's going to be Alexander. Swings it out to Sims, it goes for the 3. Second time we've seen him hit it. Less than 60 seconds to go. Torres. Bentolila sets that screen on Sims. Bounces back to Bentolila, who ends up turning it over to Sims. Lancers wanting to get a defensive stop. Arsenault guarding Sims. Sims trying to look for an opening, finds Dos Santos. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dos Santos pivoting. Alexander under the basket, and Lance is going to get called on a foul there from Arsenault. So 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Lancers trail 41-30. Jerron Alexander. And it was just one free throw, but he misses it. Torres to Jack. 15 seconds. See what the Lancers come up with. Torres in motion. Jack all alone. Bentolila trips under the basket. 7 seconds left. Jack on a 1-on-1. Decides to go for the 3 by himself, and he gets it! Jaden Jack also looking for the foul call after, but not going to get it. But that ends the first half of play. And my, oh my, again, the Lancers started off and things were looking not too great, but pulling things back as they trail 41-32. We'll see what happens in half number 2. You're listening to OCAA men's basketball action here on 91X CJLX FM. check, 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 check. Two 21 seconds and we're back. Hello and welcome back inside Loyalist College here in Belleville, Ontario. The visiting Seneca Sting with a record of 7-4, taking on the hometown Loyalist Lancers, who have a record of 5-6. To recap, wow, they missed an absolute doozy here. Maybe you've been here the whole time, but the first quarter, Seneca Sting took that one 22-5, and the Lancers really came back in that second quarter, winning at 27-19. Ultimately, we're here at 41-32. Seneca Sting kicking us off. Arsenault gets the interception immediately off the rip here, so good news. Pelosi bobbles it, but Jack's there to handle. Going to be over to right now. Swings it to Dales. Dales pivots, drives to the basket, finds Arsenault under the basket, goes up for the shot, but no good. Rebound by Imani Mighty, who throws it ahead him, trying to find Jerron Alexander as the intended target. Doesn't do so, but Seneca Sting with it, swings it out to Dos Santos on the far side. Daniel Wright gets it under the basket, but Dales ends up stripping it away from him after that rebound. Dales now running into Wright, and Wright's going to get called on the foul, I do believe. So that's going to be the third foul. Again, in the previous matchup, something to note, Daniel Wright had 19 points, which was the game high for Seneca. But in their previous matchup against Georgian, he only hit 5 points, but Dos Santos leading that one with a ton. So Seneca utilizing their bench and everything they got as Dales here for Loyalist goes up for the shot. It's going to be a miss. Picked up on the rebound by Dos Santos, who we were just talking about. Pelosi picks off. Or at least gets a hand on that pass intended for Elijah Green. So Sting on the inbound with 19 seconds on the shot clock to Dos Santos. Alexander against Arsenault. Swings it to the outside to Daniel Wright. Goes to Mighty. 4 seconds on the shot clock. You need to come up with something. A late shot from Daniel Wright, and wow, he made it. Deep three, and you saw that shot clock up, but gets it to go. Dales calling for a screen or assistance of some sort. Wright trying to make himself available. Gets the pass right now. Drops it to Jack. Jack gives it to Arsenault in the corner. Debates the three. Decides to take it all the way instead. Tries to go up, but going to get blocked there from Alexander, as the Seneca coach is irate on the sidelines. Not sure if the referee or Alexander. But going to bring up Arsenault for some free throw shots. The first one is good. And the second is not. They're not able to get the rebound there. Goes up for the shot. Going to be a miss. Lancers get that another rebound there. So back to back to back is Jack with 5 seconds on the shot clock. You need to come up with something. Jack goes for the jump shot. Gets it. And Lancers trying to cut off a pass here against Seneca, but not going to be the case. Seneca's coach is irate again on the sidelines. As Seneca's going to inbound here, just checking out the individual stats. Kobe Tablate again off the bench, having 9. Jaden Jack right behind him with 8, as well as Giovanni Torres with 8 over to the side on Seneca. Jaron Alexander with 12, and right behind that, Cottrell Dos Santos with 8. As we see Mighty with it, trying to go against Wright and Angar, who's back from injury. Wright driving, trying to see what he can, ends up losing the ball. They're going to get a technical foul on the side here. Or not a technical. I would have thought there would have been a shot or something here, but the referee blew the whistle. Looked like there was a tech called on that, but I guess not. Angar to Jack. Lancers trail 44-35 against the Sting. Angar drops it to Pelosi. Pelosi to Wright. Stands still, goes for the jump shot. Good. Wright. Now to Dos Santos. Drops it off to Alexander in the basket. Right behind him. Tristan Wright with a huge block. And Nick Dales under the basket. Wasn't able to get up a shot. Has to try to chuck it back to anybody, but Seneca was there, so they end up forcing Dales in a turnover position. Dales maybe